Hi, my name is Sabrina and I work at the Cedar Mill Library. Today we are going to grow our own basil using a take and make kit from the library. So grab your kit, make yourself a good workspace either outside or inside on a towel or garbage bag, and we'll get started. Okay, so to get started, you want to have your bag of dirt in your kit, your pot, mine's black but you have a little clay one, and your seed packet. And be careful opening this because the seeds are really tiny and will bounce right out if you rip it open. We don't want you to lose them. Okay, so when you grab your bag of dirt, there is too much dirt in here. Don't try to fit it all in the pot. But once you fill your pot and water it for a bit, the dirt is going to pack down in there and it won't be as full. So I gave you enough so that you can top it off and keep your pot full of soil. So go ahead and take your pot, scoop up a pot full of dirt, and you're going to want to grab a bowl from your kitchen. You can just dump the dirt in there, and then we're going to get it a little wet just so it's not so dry and the soil kind of sticks to itself. You don't want to put in too much water because we don't want mud. And just mix it up with your hands. If you don't want to get your hands dirty, you can grab a spoon, but I think hands are a little easier. If you put in too much water, just add some more soil. Not a big deal. Okay, so it's kind of clumpy now, a little moist. So just grab your pot, pack some dirt in there, and kind of press it in so that it's not shifting around in the pot. Okay, and then you're going to want to take your seeds, and again your packet has a little more than you need for seeds, just in case some of them roll out and you lose them. So you're going to want probably 5 to 10 seeds, closer to 5. Just trying to shake a few out there, like that. And that's because not all of these are going to germinate and grow plants, so you want to have a few extra in there to make sure that something grows in your pot. So grab your seeds and just sprinkle them in around so they're not all next to each other. You won't be able to see them in the dirt, but that's fine. And then grab what's left of your dirt, or if you need to get some more wet, go ahead and do that. And just add that in on top so that the seeds are covered. Press it in some more. And your seeds are good to go. So the best place for you to grow your basil plant is in a sunny window if you've got one. If you have windows that face south, those are best. That'll make sure that it gets lots of sun and it stays warm. You don't want it to get too much below 70 degrees while the seeds are trying to sprout. You want to make sure that this soil stays damp to the touch. If you can see that it's dry or you touch it and it feels dry, go ahead and give it a little more water. Just make sure that you're not dumping a ton of water in there because that will wash the seeds back out. They're not buried that deeply. You can also use a spray bottle if you prefer to keep it damp that way. And these pots do have drainage holes in the bottom, so just make sure when you're watering, if it's on like a wood surface, that you've got your pot on top of a plate or a coaster or something so that it's not getting water everywhere. Once your seeds start to sprout, it should take about 1 to 2 weeks. Just keep watering so that the soil is moist and keep it getting lots of sun. And once it gets several inches tall, you'll be able to start taking leaves so that you can cook with it in your food. Don't take all the leaves at once, it needs some of them, but you can trim a few. And once it does get several inches tall, you'll have to transplant it to a larger pot. This little guy won't fit it forever. But you can get cheap plastic pots like this at the store. You can also just use an old mug or cup in your home if you don't want to buy a pot. And just make sure if you use something that doesn't have the drainage holes that you're being really careful not to overwater. All right, I hope that your little basil buddies turn out awesome and grow for you, and we'd love to see pictures. If you want to share them with us on social media, we'll have links at the end of the video. Thanks!